Congrats on the film, by the way. It was shockingly intense, having seen it. Actually, that's the first thing that struck me watching it was more like a horror film than anything else.
More of a horror?
Yeah, like instantly the first shot of all like the guns going off, everyone's running. Do you think there was any direction you were given that made it feel like a horror film, or?
Jesus, no. In the story I was doing, it wasn't a horror. It was, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's very, it is horrific. It's, it takes you there. But I think Chris tells it more of not a war story, and more of a story of a community and, bravery and the courage and just from civilians, like from the home point of view. I think that's what he was trying to tell it from.
I guess also like you and Cillian Murphy's characters, you're kind of the heart of it in some way, in that it's more about the effects of war on like ordinary people. Like for your character, it's this adventure. For Cillian Murphy's character, it's the horrors suddenly hidden after the fact.
Yeah. It's definitely, my character definitely represents the innocence of it. Cillian's, I think, the PTSD, of how he's just shocked, and he's in a place of no recovery.
So I think Christopher Nolan could probably get like anything at this point made. Like, why do you think a World War II film was made now, or like how do you think that fits in like the modern blockbuster mold of like superhero movies and these things?
He's wanted to tell this for a long time, I think, and I don't think he was aiming to fit her into this kind of time. But it has come around at a good time. I mean, with everything with London, and it does show that community is still there, and when something tough is happening, that people do get together. But I mean, as for a blockbuster, he's the right person to tell this story. Like, he makes quality films, not only blockbusters, but just like films with a certain theme behind them in a clever way, and that makes you think, and
So you obviously worked with Lanthimos recently as well for Killing of Sacred Deer. Like, they're both pretty in contemporary cinema, but massively different. Well, like, what was the difference for you as an actor on set for those two directors?
They're actually both. I'm wrong by saying that they're both very in common. Like, they have a particular vision, and every director does. But I mean, these lads have a. Yorgos is he's creating a genre. I think it's a different style of everything, and then Chris is just, he has the film made in his head already, and to the point where it's like he knows every shot, he knows everything he wants, and he's full on hands on with this movie. He rocks the boat, he rocks the cockpit, he's full hands on, so they're both very in common that way. They've got a map there, and they've got
It seems like from listening to people talk about their different approaches that like Lanthimos, for example, would be gives you more freedom almost, whereas Chris Nolan seems like very particular. Which kind of approach do you prefer?
No, I think Chris is more free. Chris lets you roam about the character a little. Yorgos is like, stop moving your head so much. He's more particular in that way. So I think the other way around.
Yeah, actually talking about those two films as well, like, you're pretty adept at accents, it seems. Like, you just vanish into them really easily. Is there any that you wouldn't attempt, or you'd like to attempt?
I'd love to attempt a Texas accent, I mean, I want to show range, don't I? So hopefully people are getting to see this. I mean, this character is completely different to Killing of a Sacred Deer, and then Killing of a Sacred Deer to American Animals. Like, I want to show range, and I want to show me range on the filmmakers, like, with a unique style, with a story, a good story, and we want to take risks as well.
Speaking of style, half-listed segue, Harry Styles. Were you surprised when you heard that casting, or did you know it?
No, have you seen the film?
Yeah.
You've seen why he was chosen. So, I mean, he done the audition process like everyone else. He's a normal lad, and just happens to have all of this fame behind him. But he's he's really, really good, and he's a good lad to hang out with as well.
Yeah, it seems like all the young cast were like yourself and Fiona Whitehead and Harry Styles. Like, they all just...
Oh, we all hung out. We all drank mint tea at night time, I know you're not going to believe that, but we'd sit down, we'd have our mint tea after the day filming in the hotel.